These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And taking on the might of our quiz Goliaths today are the Beer Run Quizzers. Now, this team of colleagues all work for the same publishing company based in Cambridge and each take part in the office quiz. Let's meet them.
Hi, my name's Pete. I'm 34 years old and I'm a circulation manager.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm 39 and I'm a publishing director.
Hi, my name's Darren. I'm 36 years old and I'm a sales manager.
Hi, I'm John. I'm 32 and I'm an advertising manager.
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm 60 years of age and I'm an editor-in-chief.
So, Pete and team, welcome. Good to see you. And what kind of publishing do you do then, Pete?
We are 5 scientific magazines. It's the kind of differing variations of science when it comes to things like optics, lasers, the kind of the nitty-grittiness, really, of actual scientists.
So highly specialised.
Pretty specialised, yeah.
Would I be right in assuming that you're hoping that science will come up?
We have a strong scientist in our team, yeah. So,
oh, just the one?
We have a doctor in our team, yeah, so hoping for science definitely to come up.
OK,
because definitely hoping that science won't come up.
OK. You're called the Beer Run Quizzers. Why? Where does... I haven't heard a mention of beer yet.
We work hard Monday to Thursday. And on a Friday, 4 o'clock-ish, we have a quiz to see who does the beer run, which is basically goes to get the beer. The loser of the quiz basically goes to get that from the local shop.
We'll have to have the same thing here, won't we? I think. So if they lose, they buy the beer.
Happy with that, yeah.
Good, OK. Yeah. Well, good luck to you. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, Beer Run Quizzers, the Eggheads have won just the last game, which means £2,000 says you can't beat them today. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of arts and books. Who would like this?
What's our thoughts?
Might be you.
About to have some Pete in
Yeah, might be you, Pete.
Are we sacrificing? Are we sacrificing early? Oof, looks like we're sacrificing early and I'm going in. OK, you're going in, Pete, against which Egghead? Any of them can be called forwards. I'm going against the smiling assassin that is Barry. Barry. The Brain, we call him, because he recently won Brain of Britain. OK, so Pete from the Beer Run Quizzers versus the Brain from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in the question room? Pete, it's been drawn to my attention that we share the same surname.
Yes, we do.
Have you been a Vine for very long?
For 34 years, yeah.
OK, not just changed it for this afternoon.
I wish. It's a great one.
It will give you the edge, you realise that?
I hope so.
Good luck beating Barry. Not that we're ganging up on you, Barry, you understand?
Of course not.
It's arts and books, Pete, and you can choose whether you go first or second.
I'll go first, please.
Here is your first question. Who created the series of Spot the Dog children's books, first published in 1980? Is it Roger Hargreaves, Eric Hill, or Raymond Briggs?
Right, well, I've been put in as the sacrificial lamb when it comes to arts and books, so a lot of this will be difficult for me. So the name that really kind of sticks out for me is Raymond Briggs, so I'll go with that.
It was actually Eric Hill
Ooh.
who did Spot the Dog, Pete.
That's that.
Barry, your question. The artists Sisley, Pissarro and Renoir are most often described as what type of artists? Are they surrealists, pre-Raphaelites or impressionists?
They're not surrealists and they're much too late to be pre-Raphaelites, they're impressionists.
They are impressionists, correct. OK, falling behind, Pete, but don't worry. Here is your next question. To Autumn, a poem by John Keats, starts with the line, season of mists and mellow... what? Is it fruitfulness, wistfulness, or brownness?
Wistfulness. Again, it's just a guess, but I'm going to go with fruitfulness.
You are in touch with the spirit of John Keats. You've got it right. Well done. It was fruitfulness. OK, your question, Barry. In George Orwell's novel Animal Farm, what type of creature is Benjamin? Is it cockerel, sheep, or donkey?
Benjamin, I think, was one of the workhorses of Animal Farm, and I believe he was a somewhat bolshy donkey.
Donkey is right. Well done. So this is awkward, Pete, because you got the first one wrong. You've got to get this one right, otherwise Barry will have won. The Gate of Calais, otherwise known as Oh, the Roast Beef of Old England, is a 1748 painting by which artist? Is it Thomas Gainsborough, William Hogarth, or John Constable?
To be fair, the only two names that kind of jump off the page, as it were, are probably Hogarth and Constable, of actual painters that I recognise. I'm, again, shooting in the dark. I'm going to shoot straight down the middle. William Hogarth.
William Hogarth is the right answer.
Oh.
So if you get this right, Barry, you're in the final round. Here we are, third question to the brain. Which critic famously wrote that he doubted he could love anyone who did not wish to see look back in anger? Is it Kenneth Tynan, Harold Hobson, or Jack Tinker?
Well, I don't know the answer to this one, but it sounds very much indeed like something Kenneth Tynan would say, so that's my answer.
Kenneth Tynan is the right answer, Barry. Very well done. You've got it 3 out of 3. Sorry, Pete. He's very good on answer books, among other things.
He is good.
Anyway, although you've been knocked out, there's plenty of time still to recover for your team. Please come back, rejoin your teammates. As it stands, the beer run quizzers have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost a brain, and the next subject is science. How about that?
That's an easy.
Thankfully, we have a doctor on our team, so we'll send him in.
Yes.
Okay, Tom, against anyone but Barry.
No. Who?
Who should we go with? Pat or Daphne?
I think one of the two.
I think Pat.
Yeah.
I think Pat. We'll go with Pat, please.
So Tom from the Beer Run Quizzers versus Pat from the Eggheads. And the upside here, Pat, is if you fall ill in the question room, there is a doctor present already.
I've got a nasty rash on my...
We may not have time for that. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your leave of us. So, Tom, what sort of a doctor are you, if you don't mind me saying? You're a medical doctor?
No, my wife always tells me that I'm the wrong type of doctor. No, it was physics.
Oh, I see, a doctor in physics.
Yeah.
So you couldn't heal Pat, but you could lift him.
Yes.
OK, well, good luck in this round. Would you like to go first or second?
I'd prefer to go first, please.
Here we go with your first question. On computer keyboards, which word is represented by the abbreviation CTRL? Is it critical, central, or control?
It would be the right-hand one, control.
Control is correct. OK, Pat. An object whose shape offers the least possible resistance to a current of air or water is said to be what? Streamlined, aquiline, or reticulated?
Such a shape encourages fluid to flow along it in a streamlined fashion, so it's a streamlined shape.
Streamlined is the right answer. Back to you, Tom. What type of creature is the whimbrel found on Shetland? Is it a crab, bird, or rabbit?
Well, I don't know this at all. I would not think that it's a crab. I've not heard of crabs on Shetland. I have a horrid feeling that if I go for rabbit, you will then tell me that actually there are no rabbits on Shetland at all, which would suggest a bird. I think despite the reasoning that I've just done, I think I'll go for a rabbit.
When you said despite the reasoning I've just done, I was wondering where you were going to end up. It was brilliant up to the moment where you decided it was wrong, because it's bird. Sorry, Tom. Pat, your question. In which year did the German chemist Martin Heinrich Klaproth discover uranium? Is that 1689, 1789, or 1889?
Bit tricky, this. I've heard of his name. I knew he discovered uranium, but I'm not sure when he did so. It's going to be a guess. I think I'll go down the middle for 1789.
Poetic justice, really, you shouldn't be getting it right because Tom's guess was wrong, but you have guessed correctly, 1789. OK. Tom, your question. Which of these is the term for the ability of some materials to absorb large amounts of moisture until they eventually form a solution? Is it constringence, deliquescence, or efflorescence?
Well, efflorescence is about flowering. Constringence is about shrinking together. Deliquescence sounds very vaguely liquidy to me, so I will go with deliquescence.
I'm thinking we're listening to a doctor of physics there. Well done. Daily questions it is. Now, if Pat gets this wrong, we go to sudden death. You're still in it. Here we go, Pat. The Divided Self, published in 1960, was an influential book by which psychiatrist? Was it Eric Berne, Carl Rogers, or R.D. Laing?
I think this chap was very well known and pretty controversial. I think it's R.D. Laing.
R.D. Laing is the right answer, Pat. I'm sorry, Tom, you've been knocked out. It's sometimes very costly to get one wrong. You won't be in the final, and Pat will. Please, both of you, return to your teams. OK, as it stands, the beer run quizzes have lost 2 brains. I'm just wondering if we're worrying about buying the beer here. There could have to be a beer moment.
It's going that way, isn't it?
The Eggheads have not lost a brain, and the next subject for you is history. Who would like this?
You don't.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think Darren should go.
That'll have to be me.
Darren, OK.
I'll go Darren.
Which Egghead would you like to take on?
I think Daphne.
I'll go for Daphne.
So Darren from the Beer Run Quizzes versus Daphne from the Eggheads. Please go to the question room now. OK, so we're on history. Darren, would you like to go first or second?
Well, as the other 2 guys have gone first, I am going to go second.
Here we go, Daphne, your question. The Imperial Order of the Crown of India was established by which monarch? Is it George V, Victoria, or Edward VII?
Well, I would hope it's Victoria, first Empress of India.
Victoria's the right answer. Well done. OK, your question, Darren. In October 1970, the oil company British Petroleum announced it had struck oil where? North Pole, North Sea, or North Wales?
Ah, that's an interesting question. I'm going to discount North Wales, I think. North Pole sounds a little bit too deep for me for oil exploration until modern times. I'm going to go for, despite it seems quite obvious, the North Sea, Jeremy.
North Sea is the right answer. Daphne, your question. Which country invaded Vietnam in February 1979? China, Japan, or Thailand?
I don't know. I just haven't heard this. Thailand?
Very interesting question. I mean, I must say, I didn't know this had happened. It must have been a very quiet weekend.
Is it China?
China is the answer.
Ah.
So China it was, Daphne. OK, Darren, your chance to take the lead now, Darren. Which general led the Texan forces against the Mexican army at the 1836 Battle of San Jacinto? Is it Braxton Bragg, James Longstreet, or Sam Houston?
I don't know whether to associate Houston being with Texan. Maybe that's something. I'm going to have to go for Sam Houston, Jeremy.
Sam Houston is the right answer. Daphne, your question. If you get this wrong, Daphne, we know what happens.
Yeah, out.
So fingers crossed for you. Here we go, Daphne. What was the name of the 17th century Protestant dissenters who rejected the existing church, preferring to wait for God's revelation? Were they seekers, provers, or beseechers?
They were the beseechers.
The beseechers, you say, and your guessing is normally so good, but Daphne has guessed wrong. It's not beseechers, it's seekers. Well done, Darren. You're in the final round. How about that? Maybe things are turning around now. Please come back and we'll play on. So, as it stands, the Beer Run Quizzes have lost 2 brains from the final round and the Eggheads have lost 1. The next subject is music. This is good, right?
Yeah, might as well.
This is pretty good, yeah.
OK, John against which Egghead?
Chris, I think, please.
You got it all worked out?
There were 2 left.
It's true. So John from the Beer Run Quizzes versus Chris from the Eggheads. Let's see who ends up buying the ale at the end of this round. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So John, you were the man on music.
Well, I was the man on what was left, and a couple of them were still there, and that was middle of the road.
But you won an award for playing the piano when you were very young.
Yeah, silver medal. Silver medal. I was robbed.
Would you tell us that was the Cambridge Festival?
Cambridge Music Festival. Yeah, playing the piano.
How old were you?
11.
11. So did you started young and all that?
Yeah, and then rugby and other things took over. But But yeah, did a few grades, got robbed in a competition, and then then left it bitterly.
OK, well, good luck in this music round. Do you want to go first or second, John?
I'll go first, please.
Here we go. In 2001, Something Stupid was a UK Christmas #1 single for Robbie Williams. And which actress? Is it Anne Hathaway, Cameron Diaz, or Nicole Kidman?
Well, I don't believe it was Anne Hathaway, and I certainly would have remembered if it was Cameron Diaz, so I'm going to go for Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman is the right answer. Nicole Kidman is right. Well done. That's good. OK, Chris, which of these combinations is mentioned in the lyrics of the song Food, Glorious Food from the musical Oliver? Is it hot sausage and mustard, warm chicken and chips, or cold lamb and mint sauce?
That's hot sausage and mustard, Jeremy.
Hot sausage and mustard is correct. Back to you, John. New Gold Dream and Once Upon a Time were hit albums in the 80s for which group? The House Martins, Simple Minds, or Level 42?
Well, I'm not sure. Our 80s expert is Warren, so he'll be looking at this eagerly and reluctantly at the same time. I don't think it was the House Martins. I'm going to go for Level 42.
Let me ask Warren here. Who do you think it is?
I genuinely don't know. I've probably gone House Martins. But...
Yeah, no, it's Simple Minds.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'd all been wrong.
OK, Chris, which band had a UK hit single in 1968 with Bend Me, Shape Me? Is it Humble Pie, The Move, or Amen Corner?
Shape me any way you want me. That's Amen Corner.
Amen Corner is correct. We're whizzing along here, aren't we? So you do have to get this one right, John. If you get it wrong, you're out. Which cellist was the owner of a famous cello known as the Duport Stradivarius? Duport is D-U-P-O-R-T. Is it Mstislav Rostropovich, Jacqueline Dupre, or Yo-Yo Ma?
I don't think it was Yo-Yo Ma. Something rings a bell, and it was from a quiz, but I'm not sure. I may have confused myself from another quiz, but I'm going to go for Jacqueline Dupre.
Anyone here?
I might have been tempted for Rostropovich.
Barry says Rostropovich, and that is the right answer, not Jacqueline Dupre, I'm afraid. It is Rostropovich, and that means, Chris, you've taken the round. Up against a superior piano player, we can say that for sure. John, bad luck, you won't be in the final. If you both come back and rejoin your teams, we will play that final round. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for that final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So that's Pete, John and Tom from the Beer Run Quizzes, and also Daphne from the Eggheads. Would you please leave the studio? Well, Warren and Darren, you are playing to win the Beer Run Quizzes £2,000. Chris, Barry, Pat and Judith, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge and you are allowed to confer. So, Beer Run Quizzes, the question is, are your 2 brains better than the Eggheads' 4? And would you like to go first or second?
We'll go first, please.
Good luck. What shape is the neckline on a crew neck sweater? Is it V-shaped, round or square?
I would suggest it's round.
Well, I would go round.
I would go round.
V is V.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think,
I would go round.
OK. We'll go round, please.
Round is the right answer. Well done. OK, Eggheads. In radio communications and signalling, what is the term Wilco short for? I will comment, I will correct, or I will comply?
I will comply.
I will comply.
Was that the answer?
Yes.
I will comply is the correct answer. You said it in a sort of a wistful way, Judith.
Did I?
Yes, I will comply.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to shout?
It was like a sort of piece of poetry or something. OK. Guys, which major British film studio is situated in Ivor Heath in Buckinghamshire? Is it Pinewood, Shepperton, or Elstree?
I'm afraid.
I don't think it's Elstree. I think that's further north.
Okay.
Middle.
Okay.
I'd probably go Pinewood.
Yeah.
Probably go Pinewood. I think we'll go for Pinewood.
Pinewood is correct. Yes. 2 out of 2. Well done. Eggheads, the Craven Shield is a major UK League Cup competition in which sport? Tennis, ice hockey, or motorcycle speedway?
I don't know this one.
No, it means nothing to me.
There's not much ice hockey gets played.
No, I don't think it'll be ice hockey.
No.
It's possible it could be tennis.
Saving Shield.
And Craven says Sheffield to me, but...
What does Sheffield say to you?
Yes, I'll just say Speedway Sheffield if it says
Yeah.
Sheffield. I'll go with you.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have any strategies. If you people fancy that.
What do you think?
Motorcycle
They both
Speedway.
quite like Speedway.
Well, we don't know, as you can see. But Craven says Sheffield to Chris, and he equates that with motorcycle speedway, so that's what we're going to say.
Okay,
What
Daphne's
are they
been...
doing in the back?
Daphne's been going
Bananas.
bananas back there. Daphne, are they right?
Yes.
Oh, hooray. Well done, Chris.
Chris, well done. You pulled it out of the fire. Motorcycle speedway it is. All right, so it's very tight, guys. You've got to get this one right to keep the pressure on them. Here's your question, Beer Run Quizzers. Which 1923 silent film was remade as a talkie in 1929 and as a musical in 1933, with a further 3 sequels following? Is it Merry-Go-Round, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or The Gold Diggers?
Unfortunately, you're on your own here.
I can't imagine that Hunchback of Notre Dame would have had a sequel.
That does.
Although that was a musical, but much later.
Mm.
So I think I'll rule that one out.
Okay. Yeah.
Which one of the Merry-Go-Round's too, I don't know, sounds too musical already. That would be...
I'm happy to go with.
So I think, on the basis of nothing at all, I'm going to go with Gold Diggers.
Gold Diggers is the right answer. Very well played. These are all Daphne's questions, aren't they, Daphne? You know all these answers. But you're not here. So let's see if they fall apart without you, shall we? If you get this one wrong, Eggheads, the contest is over. Which US airport was originally called the Glenn H. Curtis Airport after an aviation pioneer of that name? Is it LaGuardia, JFK International, or Newark?
I think
Well,
JFK used to be
International was
Idlewild.
Idlewild.
Yes.
Idlewild. LaGuardia's the mayor of New York.
He was the mayor in the 50s
Yeah.
or 40s, wasn't he?
Yeah,
What did it start
So
life
it's
as
possible.
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 I think Newark was
Newark
always
is now known
Newark.
as Liberty, isn't it? That's its current name, Liberty
But
Airport,
Newark's
Newark.
just the name of a place.
There's a big airport there,
Yeah.
Liberty Airport, Newark.
I'd be inclined to go for LaGuardia.
So would I.
Newark's always been Newark, as far as I know, and JFK was Idlewild. So, yeah, go with LaGuardia.
The transport correspondent thinks it's LaGuardia.
You said LaGuardia. Do you think they're right?
No idea.
No idea.
I think you've got the right logic there. The JFK was Idlewild, wasn't it? And then Newark is Newark. Newark is the place. Why would you unname Glenn H. Curtis Airport and call it Newark? So you're right, Eggheads. It is LaGuardia. Still in it. They get very tense because they've had some rough games recently. They're trying to get back on track, but it's not easy. They're running them very close. We go to sudden death. Gets a bit harder because I don't give you alternative answers. Here we go. Which European country is divided in two by a part of Bosnia and Herzegovina that reaches out to the Adriatic Sea?
Is this me, Mr. Geography? You've got to think of that. It's like the Adriatic coastline down there. It's we've got Croatia, Serbia. I would go for Croatia, but it's.
Okay. I have no knowledge, so we think it's either Serbia or Croatia, and we're going to go Croatia.
Croatia's the answer. Well done. Over to you, Eggheads. Again, you're standing on the ledge. Been there a few times, haven't we? Getting used to heights. The station on the Docklands Light Railway that serves the University of East London Docklands campus has the same name as which Mediterranean island?
There's a Cyprus.
Cyprus.
in there.
Cyprus.
Is there anything else?
Yeah.
That is Cyprus.
Cyprus is correct. Okay, back to you. Beer Run Quizzes. Marty Webb had a UK top 20 single in 1986 with Always There, a vocalized version of the theme tune to which TV series?
Now, this might be your turn.
I think it's Howard's Way.
Something rings a bell with Howard's
I can hear the
Way.
tune, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Howard's
the only
Way.
one I can think of.
Okay, happy to do that.
Howard's Way.
Howard's Way is the right answer. You're playing well. Excellent play. Look at these eggheads. They were just hoping to cruise this one because they've had a real knock to their confidence, and you're not letting them walk away here. If you get this one wrong, eggheads, the contest is over. Which 1997 film had the working title Eggs, Beans and Chippendales?
Full Monty.
It's the Full Monty.
Yeah, the Full Monty.
It is the Full Monty.
Yeah.
Okay, yes? We think that's the Full Monty.
The Full Monty is the right answer. Someone's got to send for the beer, haven't they?
Yes.
Here's your question. According to the proverb, procrastination is the thief of what?
I think it's time. I can only think it's time.
But I will agree with what you have.
Only because it makes sense. I'm going to go for time.
That's right. Procrastination is the thief of time, as are long, sudden death grounds. Now, eggheads, as John Major said, when your back's against the wall, it's time to turn around and start fighting. If you get this one wrong, it's gone. Again. What is the unit of currency in Sierra Leone?
Oh, that's one of the ones I don't know. Sierra Leone. It's on the west coast of Africa. It's not the Kwacha.
And it was British.
It's one of a dollar or a pound, no?
Would it be the Sierra Leone dollar or the Sierra Leone pound?
Sierra Leone pound is niggling at the back of my mind.
Is it?
It's plausible, the Sierra Leone pound, because I can't think of a currency that comes to mind for it.
Right.
No, I think we might have to go with pound.
You're sure they didn't change to dollar?
Why would they change to the dollar?
Because, I mean, countries do. You think they stayed with the pound?
Well, the Sierra Leone pound, which is no relation to the British pound, but...
No. Should we just go with that?
Yes.
Okay. With very much misgivings, we think it's the pound, the Sierra Leonean pound.
You think it's the Sierra Leonean pound? See if Daphne knows back there. Daphne?
Well, I thought it was the Leone.
This is why it was very good to knock Daphne out. The answer is the Leone. You've got it wrong. We say congratulations, challengers. You have won. The beer is on the eggheads. So what happens when somebody loses, they buy the round?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
It's your round.
That's it. Well, you've had a torrid time, eggheads. My goodness gracious me, you can't get started. What happened there? We've just lost the currency
Did you know what the Leonean...
Well, to be frank, I have been there and I forgot.
Did you know it?
No, I didn't know, and I've been there, so I didn't. So I've got no defence.
That's the question.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But you have lost today. And we say congratulations, Beer Run Quizzers. You've just won £2,000. You are officially cleverer than the Eggheads. You've proven they can be beaten. Join us next time on Eggheads to see if a new team of challengers will be just as successful. Until then, goodbye.